Good morning, Lobos. We are so very excited to have you guys here today, and we want to talk about some expectations and some things to make this year go smoothly and make sure that we have a great, fun year. So my name is Mrs. Garza, and I am the proud principal of De Zavala Middle School.
My name is Tammy Hernandez. I'm the 6th grade assistant principal here at De Zavala.
And I'm Mr. Murchular. You can call me Mr. M. I'll be working with the awesome 5th graders here at De Zavala. All right, we're going to start off talking a little bit about attendance and the expectations for attendance. Being at school and on time to school is extremely important. If you're not here, you can't learn and you can't be successful, and we want every student to be successful here. So we're shooting for everybody to have 98% attendance. The reason it's not 100% is because we know big things happen. So if you have a death in the family, if you get the flu, if you're very sick, in case of an emergency, we recommend that you stay home and take care of your business. However, if you can make it to school, make it to school, because it's essential that we're here to learn every day. When you are absent, please make sure that you do turn in a note within 2 days. You will have access to notes at the front office. You can pick them up from the front office. Make sure they get turned into the front office within 2 days. Also, school starts at 8:30. Please be here on time, ready to learn. Be in your classrooms by 8:30, ready to learn. The goal is to have 0 tardies, so make sure you get to class on time. If you are late, then you also are required to bring a note.
So every morning we will begin our announcements at 8:30. So like Mr. Marichalar said, it is extremely important that you are ready and in class by 8:30. That means you have to be dropped off a few minutes before 8:30. While you are in homeroom for those few minutes and we're making morning announcements, that's a time for you to focus. You need to be quiet and listening. You also need to participate. If sometimes we do some fun things and we expect everyone to participate, that's the time to get ready. Make sure you have your planner, make sure you have your laptop, make sure your laptop is charged, and make sure you're ready to begin your day.
Yesterday, your teachers went over behavioral expectations when it comes to the cafeteria, the hallway, and the restroom. Just to reiterate a couple of those, in the cafeteria, we expect you to come in and be seated until you're put into line. While you're standing in line in the cafeteria, we ask that you have 0. There should be no talking. It's a level 0. In the hallways, it's important that when you're walking, you stay to the right. And then in the restrooms are designed for only 3 students to be in at a time, and you need to go enter quickly and exit quickly so that the next person can use the restroom as well. If for some reason you make bad choices, there are some discipline and consequences that will come your way. First off, we have detention. We have a lunch detention that's assigned by administrators, or your teacher can give you a lunch detention from them. If we go beyond that and you have a major discipline issue, then we're going to send you to ISC, which is in-school study center, where you're going to be isolated for the entire day. And sometimes our students make poor choices and they end up at the guidance center or the summit.
So lunch detention, guys, we do have clubs in the middle of the day. Lunch detention is you miss your club time. So you have lunch in the detention room and you miss your lunch time.
All right, DZ Lobos, dress code is very important, and there have been a couple infractions, so we're going to go over what the expectations are. When you wear a shirt, it can be any color. You're also allowed to wear logos on your shirts, but it's important that those logos don't represent anything that is inappropriate. Also, your shirt should be appropriately sized. It shouldn't be extremely big on you, and it has to be tucked in at all times. That's for boys and girls both. So here's some example. On the left-hand side, you'll find some shirts that are acceptable. On the right-hand side, anything that makes reference to drugs, alcohol, gang, those things are unacceptable here at school. If it's something that you cannot bring to school, then it shouldn't be something that's shown on your shirt. When it comes to pants and jeans, we ask that they be appropriately sized. That means they need to be around your waist, not hanging any lower than your waist. Girls, we ask that you do not wear hip huggers, which are pants that are extremely low fitting. All the jeans and pants cannot be baggy or too tight. The biggest issue is there are no ripped jeans. So if your jeans have patches or rips, they're not allowed to be worn. So here's an example. On the left, you'll find a positive example, and on the right, those are things that you cannot do. Ladies, even if you wear leggings underneath it, you cannot wear jeans to school that have rips or tears. Shorts are allowed. Just a couple of things you need to be reminded of. Shorts can be no more than 3 inches above the knee. So when you put your hand down by your side, your pants should be at the end of your fingertips. You cannot wear basketball shorts. Those are not acceptable. Your jeans have to be either jean shorts or khaki material. The pockets on the side, because I know boys, they have cargo pants. The pockets on the side are okay, but we ask that there's no loops on those because the loops can catch a hold of things and cause accidents. So on the left, you'll see examples of shorts that are okay. On the right, you'll see examples of basketball shorts are not acceptable. And then the young lady on the far right, her shorts are too short. Ladies, I know that from time to time throughout the year we like to wear skirts or dresses or even jumpers. The top picture above are of jumpers, and jumpers are not allowed. They are generally too short, and you have to have sleeves, so your shoulders cannot be showing. If you look at the young lady with the red and white dress, that is okay, because you can put 3 fingers up at the top of her shoulder, and the material is wide enough. If you cannot wear spaghetti straps, then you cannot wear it. If you have any questions about wearing a dress, take a picture of it, bring it to school so that we can see it, and we can give you the yes or no about wearing it. Next thing we need to talk about is purses and backpacks. There are no backpacks in the school. So ladies, since no backpacks are allowed, that means that your purse cannot be a backpack purse. So the only way you can bring a purse is if it's small. It has to be smaller than a sheet of paper, and it cannot be worn as a backpack. Finally, spirit shirts, or you can wear spirit shirts any day of the week. This includes spirit shirts you might have from your elementary school. Feel free to wear those. As far as shoes, it's important that your shoes have backs on them. And the reason for that is if for some reason you have to get out of the building quickly, we can't have your shoes flying off. So if you'll look at the pictures at the top, those are not allowed. Slides, flip-flops, sandals without a back. And you will every other day have athletics, so it's important that you have proper shoes for when you go to PE. Last thing about dress code we want to discuss is hoodies. It is okay for hoodies to be worn. However, your hood should never be on your head while you're here at school. We also ask that your jackets be appropriately sized. A really baggy hoodie is not acceptable. And just like your shirt, it has to be free from any kind of designs such as drugs, alcohol, or gangs. And if you'll notice at the top picture, there's a Minecraft hoodie. It is extremely important that you do not have one where it actually zips up your face. You have to wear your hood down at all times.
And a lot of you have questions about joggers. Joggers are allowed, but we follow the same rule for joggers as we do for pants and for shorts. They cannot be that sweatshirt material. So this right here is a sweatshirt. Joggers cannot be that material. They have to be either denim, which is like a jean material, or the khaki pant material.
Finally, young men and ladies, your hair has to be appropriately the color. You cannot color it blue, pink, purple. That's not allowed. And also, young men, we ask that you do not shave designs into your head, because if you do, we're going to give you a week to get that fixed, and you'll have to get your hair cut even shorter than it is right now.
All right, our policy on cell phones. You may bring a cell phone to campus, however, it must be turned off and put away at the very beginning. So every morning, during morning announcements, you need to turn off your phone and put it away. You cannot have it out during the day. If it is out, then it will be picked up, and your parents will have to pay a $15 fine to retrieve it again. We will have student planners. This week you'll be getting some paper copies of the planners. It is your responsibility to take care of your planners. They're expected to be in your binders at all time. If you do lose your planner, you will be required to pay $5 for a replacement planner. Planners will be used to take notes, record daily assignments, homework, and important dates that are coming up for you.
Students, how you get home is extremely important. We have 3 ways. You can be a car rider, a walker, or a bus rider. It's important that at 4 o'clock is when the bell rings for walkers and car riders. Those students who are coming out on the car rider side, it is extremely important that you exit the building quickly and you listen for your name. That means that you are not having earbuds in your ears and you're paying attention to what the teachers in the car rider line when they call your name so that we can put you into a car. Bus riders, you will be dismissed at 4:03, which is the second bell at the end of the day, and you will exit, you will find your bus, and you will get on your bus to be safely brought home. It's important that those of you that are bus riders, riding the bus is a privilege. It's not something that we have to do for you. If a student has continuous misbehavior on the bus, they can be suspended or revoked from the bus. You need to respect the bus driver as well as the other students that are around you, as well as yourself. It is extremely important that you stay seated at all times. The reason why you need to stay seated is if for some reason there was an accident and you are standing up, you are in more danger of being hurt than a student who is seated. You must also use appropriate language and volume. If the bus driver tells you the noise level is too loud, then you need to be quieter. It's our job to keep you safe, and it's your job to help us keep you safe.
All right, students, we know that you guys came from several different elementary schools, and we have a few new students who came to us from other middle schools across the district, but now you are a Lobo. You're a Lobo leader. So we want every single one of you to show your Lobo pride and lead the pack. As Lobos, you will lead by example, encourage positive relationships, achieve your full potential, and develop habits and skills.
Ow!